are back. We are back to Bold Broadcasting, coming live from Sin City in Las Vegas, Nevada. We are talking all your favorite trending stories. It is Thanksgiving, or at least Black Friday. Thanksgiving was yesterday, so we got some Thanksgiving news to cover. We also got some Black Friday deals, sales, and, well, news to cover as well. And are things back to 2020 on prices as far as everything being discounted. That's like we jumped into a time machine and we went back in time on the prices of televisions. And then,
wait, don't they just raise the price and then say it's 50% off?
Well, that's the government raises the prices, and then now everything's back
price
back to
control.
2020 prices.
Got it. Okay.
Yes. Although there's no Black Friday deal on gasoline right now.
I
so,
wish, yeah.
we're still in current prices.
That's why you drive a Toyota Camry, guys. Don't spend a lot of money on gas.
And then you also, we're going to talk tariffs today. So Donald Trump is going to be taking office in late January, early February, and he's planning on implementing tariffs day one. And there is a list of countries that he's already has in the crosshairs. Then also, we're going to talk about the potential for nuclear war, and everything is escalating. Will we see nuclear winter before we see Donald Trump get in office? I don't know. I mean, it's very interesting times right now. So I want to start off by saying happy Thanksgiving to everyone. How was Thanksgiving? Did y'all turkey it up or what?
Got a bad Thanksgiving, man.
Bad Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
Why?
My mother-in-law forgot the gravy.
That's a good thing.
No, it's not.
Well, here's the question.
How do you eat turkey with no gravy?
Gravy's nasty.
Are you
Turkey's
fucking
also
high?
gross, so it's just kind of like, I don't know. No, I'm not.
So then what did
high.
you eat for Thanksgiving? A Happy Meal?
I like all the sides.
You would. You're so basic.
The green bean casserole,
My wife
mashed
made some.
potatoes. I love me some stuffing. It's like, you know what?
Yeah, everything but protein.
Well,
See, here's my thesis on turkey and the need for gravy. And so if you have dry turkey breast, then you need the gravy, right? If it's overcooked and it is like chewing on a t-shirt, then yes, you need gravy. But if you cook the turkey breast correctly from the get-go, then at that point,
Love me some breast.
no gravy needed. So,
You a breast or a thigh kind of guy? With turkeys, of course.
as long as it's not dried out, I'll go breast. But I do like dark meat, but it gets a little chewy on the turkey, so you know.
You say the black.
You ever went to a carnival and got the turkey leg, like the big drumstick?
ooh, Disneyland has a
Disneyland.
good one, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm not a fan of
It always looks better than it is. You start chomping down on that thing, and it's
nasty.
yeah, it's no bueno.
Yeah.
So
Wait, I have life hacks for you guys for next year. I don't
Whoa.
know.
What do you got?
Does it
So-
involve gravy?
No, it does not.
Okay.
So this is how you
Is that a fucking dishwasher?
this is
Stop
how you
it.
defrost. This is how you
Okay.
defrost your turkey. Hold on, we'll get to marinating it soon.
This is how you defrost.
You marinate it
Do
with
you
the
put
Cascade?
you put a pod in the dishwasher?
I was just gonna
I don't
say
know,
the
I didn't
Cascade.
ask. But you know what? You put it in the dishwasher, and there you go. It's
That looks
done.
Fucking disgusting. What the hell, dude?
Okay, but wait a minute.
Is that an Indian turkey? It has a dot there.
Wait.
Sorry.
Wait a minute. Here we go.
Okay, what the fuck is this? Oh, stop it, man.
Are they brining the turkey?
You got to do it in the toilet. What if you don't have a big enough bowl? You got a toilet bowl.
Just go buy a bowl.
Well, you got a toilet
Little
bowl at home.
seasoning
Why you
on
got to buy a
top,
new
huh?
one? You know what I mean? Like,
What is wrong with people?
I wish I would have known this.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you can get rid of the brining liquid very easily afterwards. You can just flush.
Oh,
the
that they do have a
stovetop.
bowl. Okay, so they do have a freaking thing.
Yeah, but they brine it in the toilet, and then when you're done, instead of getting rid of the brining liquid, trying to dump it in the sink, you just flush it. It's very well thought out process here.
See, it's nice and clean. All gone. You're right.
Something's wrong with you guys.
Speaking of turkeys, you have the presidential pardon was yesterday. So Joe Biden was out there pardoning the turkey, but also convicting him into a even worse prison, which is
What
Oh,
the?
God.
Come here, little turkey.
he's like, just cut my head off.
Just kill me now. When you said pardon turkey, I thought you were talking about Hunter Biden.
Also, if you live in Alaska, if you're wondering how you get the turkey, they airdrop those things. So
Hmm.
in Alaska, they just toss the turkeys right out of the plane.
Okay.
Sounds very safe.
Yes.
Very safe. Can you imagine getting hit in the head by a turkey?
Just imagine explaining that to your insurance company. Like, I have a.
How did your husband die? Well, you see, what happened was we weren't getting coin airdrops. We were getting turkey
We
airdrops.
have a hole in the roof of our house. I'm like, how did that happen?
Does insurance
The
cover
parachute didn't open. All right. And then also you had Elon Musk. And so Elon Musk celebrated Thanksgiving with Donald Trump. And so it was
Are they
Barron,
besties
Trump,
now or what?
Melania. And so at Mar-a-Lago here, you can see they were having a blast. And it's funny, he's always got a seat right next to Trump.
Why is
They're
he always
best
playing the
friends.
same song? The YMCA
He likes
song?
YMCA. What can I,
I mean, you
say?
can't get that. I mean, you
Look at
can't.
his
You can't
dance
abandon it now that all. You know what? If there's anything I could say about the YMCA song, it was the only one back in 2020 that didn't ban him from using his music. So when he took stage and he was doing his rallies, Trump had what was it? One option. It was YMCA, and everyone else blacklisted him from using their music per copyright. They're like, we don't authorize it. Now everyone wants to let him use his music because he's popular again, and he's all like, "No, you had your chance. We're going YMCA only. That's it." So
You know the YMCA was considered the gay anthem?
where have you been in the last 30 years? You just now figuring this out?
I didn't know that.
He was like, listen, he was at a stoplight with his windows down. Like,
They're like, why are you gay?
and
I'm
then
like,
someone's
"Oh."
all like, what's up, bro?
It's just funny. They say Trump is anti-gay, and his.
I just don't know how you live this long, and you just now found that
Listen,
out.
man, my head's been.
He's
under a
saying
rock.
it like it's breaking news. Everyone,
Did
listen.
you guys know?
I didn't know. Sorry.
Also, I took the rainbow sticker off of my bumper of my car. Apparently, I thought I was supporting my kids' like coloring habits, but
Thought it was for rainbow sherbet, which is my favorite. Yeah. Anyway,
Oh Lord.
all right. So those are our quick fire.
I'll take the punches today on your birthday. That's it, though. You get one day.
Thank you. Also, you know,
Okay, real quick. Hold on. Before we move on from the Elon Musk thing, you guys think it's like people are saying it's kind of weird, but it's also like Elon has too much power.
like who are you gonna hang out with if you're the richest person in the world and not like get approached to borrow money? Like, let's not kid ourselves. If you hung out with Elon Musk for 90 days, at some point you're gonna be like,
Let me get some money.
Can I have some money?
can I borrow? Like,
I got this real good business idea. Everyone's on their.
he's gotta be so tired of that. And he'd be like, you know what? Finally, somebody that's not trying to extort me here. Like, what's up, Trump? How you doing?
I mean, he goes to Burning Man, so I feel like he's kind of a chill dude.
Oh, Elon. Yeah.
And then, you know, speaking of Elon, have you seen these robots are evolving very quickly, and so you have Optimus. Now he can play catch with you, and so
Wow.
I mean,
grown ass man.
Hey, I mean, it's kind of crazy that this thing can just. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It seems pretty
Can you
significant.
imagine that thing unleashes a 120-mile-per-hour fastball at your face?
Dude, I'm imagining that thing's catching a tennis ball. As soon as it's just gonna start catching bullets, you try to take one out. It's like, joke's on you.
It's like, Dad, can you play catch with me? Optimus, play catch with my son. It's like, oh man.
And then also talking about playing. So you have here, the tables have turned. Now the cat is playing with the human. He's like, "Hey, buddy, come on."
Dude, cats are annoying.
Yeah, almost got it. There you go. Come on.
Hold on. Is this the meme minute, or you have memes additional to this?
No, this is not the meme minute.
Oh,
This
so you have more memes.
Oh.
All right,
Yes,
I like it.
for those of you that are today, I am pushing the boundaries
Oh God.
of cancellation. We are live on Rumble, so we have a backup plan. So if this show gets taken down, we've already gotten one show episode taken down. We are 1 for 5. We have a 20% cancellation rate. Today, we're going to push that up. We're going to test the boundaries.
Oh God.
I got some risky ones.
Only imagine.
Also, did you see Donald Trump was doing a photo shoot? Well, with a bald eagle. Check this thing out. I mean, it's about as American as it comes. Quite terrifying though. Almost knocks his wig.
I'd be scared
it's,
shitless,
hairs.
bro.
Dude, that thing is. Look at the talons on that thing.
Dude, yeah.
I got a parrot that's smaller than my hand. That
My hair
terrifies
is
me.
not good. Fix my hair.
Yeah, that thing is.
That's cool though.
Yeah. Would you ever take a photo op with a
You know,
I
my
hate
dream
birds.
when I was 13, all I wanted was an eagle tattoo on my bike.
Look at this. You would. He like puts his hand out there. It almost takes that thing. Whoa!
Oh, geez.
He's like,
yeah, dude.
"Ah."
Hell no. He's like, nope. I've been shot before, but this damn eagle.
I'll take a bullet, but not a. Yeah, I think the thing will take a finger right off, man.
Yeah, bro. It's like a snapping turtle, but flying. Like a flying snapping turtle.
And then did you
Yes.
also see the farewell?
Oh, God.
Oh,
Yeah, he had the
no.
farewell
Decision desk can
of.
now officially project that Donald Trump will become the 47th president of the United
no.
States.
Wait, this isn't AI, is it? Is that Willie Brown?
Decision desk can now officially
That was
project
the unedited version.
Yeah.
CNN got a hold of the actual,
Bro.
got a hold of the original, and they chopped it up.
Bro, did you see? Okay, so one of her campaign staff, like one of the finance people in her campaign, has been going on like Fox News. Have you listened to any of those interviews?
No.
They spent $1.5 billion.
Yeah, they went over budget too.
Bro, in 100 days. It's not like she's been running the campaign for months. In 3 months, 100 days, $1.5 billion, and you still went over budget. How does that even happen? And you lost by a landslide. You got destroyed. You got annihilated. That shit's crazy to me, bro. There was some money laundering going on there. There was 100% some money
They
laundering.
overspent a budget. What was their budget? It was like 1.2, and then they ended up spending 1.5. What was it?
I don't, dude.
Yeah, so they actually, she ran her campaign like she was planning on running the American budget, which was overspend, run a deficit, and then incur
Bro.
debt. So
I think we dodged a bullet, dude.
you think?
You think?
No, we dodged a bullet.
Oh, okay.
My God, if she would have won,
I really hope they reload the Democrat candidates, because I would like us to get back to where we
Dude,
were with the Democrats.
the
I mean,
country-
I'm registered Democrat. I just can't do it, man.
the country's way better when you have two sane parties, right? You had a time when the right was too far right and the Democrats were seen as more centrist. Now it's the opposite. Now it's like the normal people are like, yeah, I'm pretty conservative now comparative to where I was 10 years ago. But the Democrat Party has gone so far left. It's like, dude, people are not dumb. Well, some people are dumb, but it's just common sense. If it doesn't pass the smell test, then I'm sorry, dude. And the Democrats, they don't pass the smell test. It smells like shit over there.
Okay, for sure. All right, so let's gonna change the topic of conversation.
Like
the
I'm
subject
set up
matter here. We're gonna go to tariffs, and so we know that
The
Trump,
most beautiful word.
yeah, the most beautiful. He did say that a bunch of
He
times.
said it's more beautiful than the word love.
Yeah, it's tariffs.
Wrong
Like, yeah, I don't know.
He's like a child, right? Trump is like a kid. He's like, I just learned this word, tariffs. It's just the greatest word I've ever heard.
So he was campaigning on increasing tariff or adding tariffs because we've had a free trade country for quite some time, and you ask yourself, hey, if other countries have very cheap labor laws, right? Say they don't have minimum wage and the average salary is in the dollars per hour, or perhaps even dollars per day. Then you obviously know you can produce goods in a foreign country and then just ship them over and, compete against homegrown things, so homegrown products. And so we've seen where, growing up, everything was made in the USA, or at least back in the 60s it was. And then now everything is imported. And so, maybe tariffs is a good idea, but we know that tariffs do incur costs on majority of goods, because at the moment, majority of the goods that we find on the retail shelves are produced internationally. And so if you add a tariff, you're expecting prices to go up. So here's some things to look out for when it comes to tariffs. So we have avocados. So you have a tariff of 25% coming to Mexico. We also have 10% going to China, 10% or 20% going to 20% imports and 60% tariff imports on China, and then you have a 25% tariff in Mexico. And then you see that 90% of avocados America consumes were imported. And so you're going to see a price there increase as well. And then, you can go down this list. There's plenty of examples of things that are going to get more expensive. Also, in this article, you have, I think 90% of appliances are made overseas as well. And so they're estimating that appliances will go up by 25%. So if you need a refrigerator, washer and dryer. So
so I have a lot of thoughts on this. So for tariffs, I think they can be good. But what I think is not a good move is to put tariffs on agriculture, stuff that you cannot grow here. Because the idea of tariffs is, okay, fine, we'll put a tariff on your cars. America can build cars. So the idea is, okay, if you build the cars here, you won't have the tariff. And so the idea is, sure, it raised the prices. But what you got to understand is a lot of these countries that compete with us on trade, they manipulate their currency to benefit them and to harm the American investor and to harm the American consumer.
So you think commodities? Because also, you can also put oil in there as well. And,
sure.
And like lithium and things like that. Like if you don't have the mines, then
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, can we grow avocados at the rate Mexico does? If we can't, then why put a tariff on it? But
good point.
On other things, a tariff could be really good. How else are we going to get out of this large debt we have? Right.
The problem is that the U.S. is fallen behind on manufacturing and also in the economy and things like that. So anything that,
but why though? Ask yourself, why has that happened?
Well, here's the thing: it's just been years of negligence, and nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to rip the Band-Aid, right? Nobody wants to go through the pain, and so if you want products to be built here in the U.S., you have to penalize imports. I mean, that's just kind of the reality of it, right? I mean. How can a U.S.-based company, you can promote it all you want. You can say, hey, look, we're going to build car batteries, for example. We're going to build them here. 90% of car batteries are done overseas. So let's build them here in the U.S. But the problem here is that if you don't have the infrastructure, then you're going to be proposing increased tariffs on products that are coming in. And so at the end of the day, somebody's got to do the hard work, right? The same thing with like, hey, if you want to reduce the deficit and reduce spending, someone's got to be the bad guy, right? Someone's got to fire, cut positions, fire people, whatever it is. And so what we've seen is that nobody wants to tackle it, right? Nobody wants a bad economy to pay off debt. Everyone wants to keep printing so that way they can enjoy the fruits of, printing money as an expanding economy. And in that way you could take the credit for, a job well done, quote unquote. And so I think that the same thing has happened with international trade is that we probably know we should have been taxing this a while ago. Well, nobody has, and nobody wants to.
Here's the thing.
Nobody wants to take the short-term hit of prices going up and then being like, it's your fault.
But what people don't realize is there's a lot of countries who have tariffs on American products today that we don't have tariffs on. And so that's what Trump has said, why do our manufacturers have to pay extra money from a tariff to sell overseas, and then we just let them bring their product here without any tariffs? So that's 100% agree. Two, you talk about regulatory compliance, right? Regulations. They talk about cutting regulations. It's so difficult for people to come in here and build any sort of manufacturing or build some sort of business because of taxes, corporate taxes, and regulation. And so I'm not saying don't have any regulation, but all this dumb paperwork with 20 different freaking agencies that you have to go through, it's bullshit. People don't want to do it. So fine, we'll go overseas. And that's what's happened. They go overseas, they take jobs overseas, they take their investment to other countries, and then they sell it back at a premium here. And then when we go to sell something to their country, we got to pay a tariff, which is bullshit. But what I think is interesting is Trump brought up the idea of replacing the income tax with tariffs. An economist did a study on this and what that would look like. Long story short, it would put an extra $30,000 a year into average Americans' pockets even with a 25% tariff across the board, get rid of the income tax. And it'll bring the balance or the budget to a balance in the United States. That's something that's an interesting thing to watch out for.
Well, Mexican. So Trump came out and said he talked to the president of Mexico. Anyways, so here's Trump says Mexican president promises to close the border, and so just had a wonderful conversation with the president of Mexico, Claudia, and she has agreed to stop migration through Mexico and into the United States. It pretty much was a threat from the Trump was like, hey, close the border, stop people coming in, or we're going to impose tariffs. And, well, she actually came back and said, in a conversation with Trump, I explained to him the comprehensive strategy that Mexico has followed to address the migration phenomenon. Need to respect human rights. Reiterate that Mexicans' position is not to close the border, but instead build bridges between government and people. And so she pretty much directly contradicted what Trump was saying. And so are we going to find ourselves in a scenario where, Mexico is like, hey, the border's not our problem. That's your problem. And they're going to be imposed with tariffs. Perhaps it slows their economy.
Good luck with that, Mexico.
Yeah, I think they're going to have a couple months of tariffs, and then they're going to immediately start putting some kind of parameters into the border to make sure that their own citizens aren't crossing.
Like, do you understand? Like, 99% of countries that have large exports and make a lot of money, the U.S. it comes to the U.S. Like, the U.S. is the crown jewel market for companies and countries that want to invest or get investments from or sell their products to. It's the United States. And so if you're not going to play ball, then sorry, dude, you're going to have to pay up. And then when you pay up and your prices for your products are higher and Americans don't buy it, it is what it is. Good luck. Sorry.
One person is very hopeful, and it is Joe Biden. He says he hopes Trump rethinks their tariffs. He's hoping.
Peaceful transition while we tell Ukraine to use ballistic missiles.
Which we'll get into that in a moment. But in the meantime, let's get back to our. In the meantime, let's get to our pushing the envelope here. So
Excited for this one.
And so you know what? We like to get on the edge or the fringes of cancellation. And so I found and I scurried the internet for the most provocative memes of the week. And this is what I found.
Okay, great.
So number one, you got Joe Biden at the ATM. Ukraine and Israel at his side. So
Real.
Just a little more, baby.
yeah, he's like, I got you, boo. All right, you got back in my day, women had vaginas. A little storytelling here. That's maybe this is what it looked like in the future.
Pepperidge Farm remembers.
Yeah. So now,
Oh my God.
how much did that Holocaust holla?
We're definitely getting canceled. Jesus Christ.
It's my boy. He just wants to know how much holla. You know what I'm saying? Then you got why do my balls have a stitch line? Just
I've thought about that one.
yeah, you know.
Yeah.
So
I was in my bed, laying down,
yeah.
smoked some marijuana.
There you go.
Brain
All right.
started going.
Now, a bukkake is technically a baby shower.
You're fucking disgusting. What the fuck is wrong with you? Oh my God. She has no idea what a bukkake is.
Yeah, she's lost.
Do I Google?
No,
do not Google.
Do not Google.
Oh my God.
Do not, whatever you do, do not Google.
Bro, were you on the dark web or something? Were you on the Tor browser? Where do you find this?
All right. Frankie thinks he found his soulmate, and I do not have the heart to correct him. Oh, Frankie, that is, she's pretty. She's real pretty.
So who
Ew.
thinks they found who? I'm curious. Oh,
Frankie?
God. Which one's Frankie? The
I think, yeah,
German Shepherd?
that's Frankie there on the right. All right.
How you doing, Frankie?
All right. So, thank Jesus for this food. De nada.
It is Jesus, okay?
All right. And then we also have when you fight through all tech support and have faced the final boss. So,
Bro, the best is when you're like, Thank you for calling this company. My name is Fred. How can I help you? I'm like, bro, your name ain't Fred. Bro. All
Hey,
right.
when you're trying to get through like layer 5 tech support or whatever it is, and then you get to yeah, and then I had one more too.
Oh, one more.
Let
Great.
me find it. So I was like, that's not the one. So I'll pull it up later.
Okay.
I got it later. All right, so that'll conclude our meme minute. And so
Would your mom be disappointed in you if she watched this show?
this is a secret show.
Okay.
This is-
You haven't told her?
No.
Maybe I'll tell her.
Yeah, maybe it's a good idea. Maybe not a good idea.
All
All right. So we got Black Friday here. And so y'all doing any Black Friday shopping or what?
I think I was told not to. My mother needs to buy me Christmas presents.
Mm.
So.
Wait, what?
Because she asked me what I want for Christmas, but everything I want, I just go and buy. So like
You're strong, independent woman, and men ain't shit, remember?
real, very real.
Mm.
So I can't go shopping.
Okay.
So
You haven't
they're expecting
You having withdrawals?
Kind of.
Okay. I can tell you're shaking a little bit.
I'm shaking. Leg is really going right now.
Wow. It's crazy.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're expecting spending to drop. Black Friday lost its luster, man. I remember
Now it's
growing-
everything's online. You have Amazon
I
Prime.
know. I
deals.
was growing up, and you had to you finish the turkey dinner, and then you watch the rest of the Cowboys game, and then you were off to Target, right, or Walmart, or wherever it was, and
Best Buy.
Best Buy. Yeah. Now it's done online. It starts like the week of or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's not, yeah, I agree.
So
Although I do not miss having to wait in line overnight.
That was kind of fun though.
It was not fun.
there's a
It
lot of
was
nostalgia there.
fun.
Yeah.
No.
I would be like 8 years old, drinking coffee at 3 a.m. Like,
You drink coffee at 8 years old?
how else was I going to stay up?
Okay.
Oh, I found the other meme I skipped over.
Oh, great.
There we go. My first ankle monitor.
You're such a fucking idiot.
Talk
Oh,
about Black Friday
Jesus
sales. Right?
Christ.
What? Black Friday is the sales. You get all kinds of cheap kids' toys. Well, all right. Well, my bad. So, all right. So let's talk about war here. So, we are on the brink of nuclear war.
And we're on the brink of war with this channel, too.
Yeah,
Jesus
like I
Christ.
said, we are live on Rumble. So, God forbid this thing is taken down.
Yeah, we probably should not even stream to YouTube anymore.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. We'll test this thing out. We'll see how
Yeah.
long we last.
We'll see if YouTube has been red pilled.
That's right.
Anyways.
So Russia was at it again. Launched another missile that was capable of carrying nuclear warheads. It's called the Orshik missile, and so for this, goes up into space, comes back, breaks into six potential warheads, which then can even split to another 6. So you can get 36 basic munitions out of that thing. So basically it just keeps flowering out as it comes down. Anyways, this was still an experimental, which is interesting. It was an experimental missile. So they were testing it. And so why test it over, per Russian ideology here is why test it in a controlled battlefield? If you're at war with a country, just test it right on their city.
Let me.
And so they literally shot a missile to test it. No warheads or munition, no explosives on there, but they just tested it onto a city to see
Let me ask you a question.
what happened.
What's the point of a proxy war? Because you agree that this is the U.S. This is U.S.'s proxy war, correct? Ukraine and Russia.
I think it's more broadly NATO. I think it's
Okay.
NATO.
But
NATO
it's a proxy war.
Yeah,
for NATO.
spearheaded by the U.S. Yes.
So what's the point of a proxy war? To weaken your enemy, correct? The idea is you want Russia.
I think it's to subvert human casualties and also for your own citizens, right? Obviously, there's no American troops there. Also, you don't have the.
But what benefit does America have, Robin?
No, I'm saying for the purpose and reason and rhyme for them to do this, I think is more or less if you were at a war with troops on the ground and American soldiers are dying, as an example, then the media and attention and people are gonna they're gonna have what happened in Vietnam, right? Vietnam, everyone was protesting and saying like, no more, and they were like, bring the troops back home, whatever. You're killing people in Vietnam, like for what purpose? And so people had a disdain for it. And then at that point, there's so much political pressure for them to end the war because they were seeing human casualties from, their American citizens. And so here you don't have that. Now it's someone else is dying. Some other citizens are dying.
But what does it benefit us? What does it benefit the U.S.?
It's all about the
Weakening Russia, correct?
No, the reason that we're there is so that way we can prop up the military spending, launder money.
Okay, that's
and
fair.
then
That's a fair point.
bolster the American defense
But
contracts and countries and the companies that build munitions.
I look at the proxy war as the U.S. is trying. Like, why have they not agreed to a ceasefire? Right, Vladimir Putin. Like, I think 2-3 days in, he was ready to negotiate. He was ready for a ceasefire deal. Right, ready to end it. U.S. said no. They've said no multiple times. Why? Why do they want the war to keep going? To me, here's the way I look at it. They look at Russia as an adversary. And they're saying if we can get Russia to continue to use its ballistic missiles, to use their soldiers, to use their tanks, to use their warfare, their airfare, their naval fare, right, that weakens them. Now, if you're like, okay, they're weak now, and then the war is over, and then they have time to rebuild, then we're back to square one. My thing is, are they trying to weaken Russia and Putin to topple that regime and to get rid of Vladimir Putin?
They're not going to topple anything.
I'm just saying, like, why else would they like?
Putin is a massive favorite, and potentially a hero. He's a hero in the eyes of Russian citizens, and so I think the ideology that the problem is that the U.S. is always trying to replace governments and ideologies and say, hey, our governmental system is better than yours, and we need to blow up your democracy, right? We need to blow up your government, and we need to blow up your way of ruling, how things run, and then we need to go in there and establish a government that's similar to ours. Like, that's what we've seen time and time again. We've seen it in Iraq, we've seen it in Vietnam, we've seen it in Syria. Like, the list goes on. And so we just routine. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. Like, you don't know how these countries are going to rebuild. We don't have a game plan for that. We just blow things up, and then we're like, okay, yeah, we're going to come back. And so regime change, government policy change, and it doesn't work anymore. It never worked. And so I don't know why, like, we're going there. And anyways, the U.S., I don't even think if we went into war with Russia that we would have any chance of winning, honestly. I mean,
Why, not a chance? I mean,
but we're not going to invade, right? And so that's what I'm saying. Like, in a war, it would just be tactical. It would be, I don't even know what the war would look like.
cyber warfare, drones, right? I mean,
And so I don't think in that scenario we win. And I think that the casualties will essentially be countries in Europe, NATO nations that are our allies, right? They're going to be the ones that essentially would catch the backfire. And then there's just the basic, hey, we're going to go to nuclear war because Putin has, here's another one. And so Putin issues a new doctrine raising stakes in nuclear war. And so there was some other representatives from Russia that were testifying in front of international committee, and they were saying, like, hey, we've warned you to not provide weapons to Ukraine to attack us, right, in our home country. And so now you have U.S. missiles being lobbed into Russia that are guided by U.S. Intelligence. And so, I mean, at what point is it not a U.S. attack, right? You say, hey, here's a gun, but you're blindfolded. Okay, now aim to the right. Oh, there you go. Now shoot. Like, so you're giving them the weapon, you're telling them where to point it, where to shoot it, and you're just giving somebody the button to press, right? But everything else is done 100% by the U.S. So obviously, we're on
this shit needs to end, bro. This shit needs to end.
And then and I'm telling you that they've shot 2 missiles that are capable of carrying warheads, that neither one of them had explosives on there, into Ukraine. And they're basically saying, like, hey, like, we're warning you, and here's the missiles that carry the nukes. Here's the missiles that carry the nukes. They're hitting your cities. Like, the next time there will be a bomb on there. Next time there will be a nuke on there.
Well, here's the thing.
I mean, how much more? How many more times you got?
Well, the U.S. and NATO are banking on him bluffing. They're like, yeah, okay, yeah, we don't believe you. We don't believe you. What happens if he does?
I don't think that they are banking on him bluffing. I think I think there's some sick individuals out here that are pushing him to do it for whatever reason. Because I mean, maybe if he blows up a nuclear weapon, then that can signal the full invasion, right, and the full response of NATO and the full retaliation and the war decree and all of this. Maybe that's what they want.
Which is what I said, right? I said, why are they trying to weaken Russia? They're trying to go in and topple the government? I don't know. Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Any thoughts on this, Ashley? On the outlook of potential war hitting and
I got
nukes
nothing.
and bombs? No.
Does it make you do you think about it? Like, how often do you think about stuff like this? Does it
My
affect your
mind
daily
is
life?
more on Israel and Palestine. I don't know. I saw a TikTok about the whole Russia thing, and I was like, damn, war.
What?
But like, what else am I gonna do? Like, I don't know. What am I supposed to do? Nothing.
But you know what's interesting? I think that your perception of what's going on in Russia is exactly that of I would say majority of American citizens is that they're not even aware of how close we
Well,
are
I
to
understand that we
global
can
destruction.
that we can also like participate. I understand that, but like, what the hell am I gonna do?
Do you even realize? And I'm just it's just kind of like a thought. I think that a lot of people are in the same camp. Like, do you realize like how close we are to being in a nuclear war, right? And how close we are from potentially the world ending in certain scenarios where we're just firing nukes off at each other. And if that happens, all experts agree. If you start shooting, 500 or 1,000 nukes between different countries, you go into nuclear winter, you block out the sun, vegetation dies, and it's exactly that. And it's one of those like horror movies that you think is dystopian. And I go back to COVID. I'm like, there's no way it would ever shut down all the cities and make you stop, leave you from leaving the house. That's not the world we live in. No. Nah. And so will we wake up another day and be like, how did we get here? But we open up our blinds and it's just blacked out, nuclear snow falling. Like,
I mean, like, it's scary, but what am I gonna do to prevent it? I don't know.
but what I'm saying is
Eat
like,
my canned beans
Enlist in
and
the army.
have you
water.
realized that we're on the brink of that? That's kind of my
yes, I told
Yeah.
you. I've seen the TikToks about it. That's where I
There's
get all
the
my
Texas
news.
accent.
Huh?
There's a Texas accent.
There's my Texas accent.
Yeah, it's I don't know. I think we're gonna look back at this time in the history books, and we're gonna say like how close we got to nuclear war.
It's like the Cold War.
Or yeah, exactly. It's the new Cold War. It's exactly what it is. And I think that most Americans are oblivious to what is
And
on
it's
the
a
horizon.
shame. It's a shame that
Hopefully it ends up being like the Cold War, where we talk about how close, and hopefully it's not the doomsday scenario where we look back and say,
Trump needs to just get in office, bro.
Yeah,
These motherfuckers are trying to.
it's obvious they're trying to leave Trump with a situation, right?
Yeah.
There's no
We didn't
reason.
win, so we're gonna end the world. Like,
We've
what?
been at war. Ukraine has been at war with Russia for 3 years, and majority of Biden's time, and then right when he's a lame duck president, he has like, was it 50 days left or something like that?
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah, and he doesn't have much time left in office. And then all of a sudden he's all like, "Hey guys, go ahead and we'll give you some missiles to shoot into to Russia. We know that Putin has said time and time and time again that if you did so, it could spur a nuclear.
We would consider you at
retaliation."
war with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so it just like, why did you wait all this time? Like, if that was your agenda, why didn't you do it when you were the president?
Yeah.
Like, the active sitting president. Like,
Smells bad to me.
all right. Well,
We don't give up
anyways,
smelling.
we got to go Black Friday shopping. We got to go hit the stores.
Except Ashley, she can't go. Mommy said no.
Mommy said no.
Sorry, mommy.
All right. So for those of you that have been watching and either on YouTube or on Rumble, thank you so much for joining us. If you haven't subscribed yet, do us a favor, subscribe. And then also we'll see you next Friday next week. And till then, shout out from the crypto. Oh, no, I said crypto. Wrong show. The Sin City Studios here in Las Vegas, Nevada. So till then, peace.